Hi everyone. As I had mentioned, I will make a HTML course on how to make a sports website. So, one second, let's open it up. I have put a drive link in the description to this folder, so you can download it from there and access all the files. One second, let me open it up. Well, yeah, here it is. And now you can see we have this website. It's pretty plain and it's like completely in one block. So we are gonna make this thing better. So as you can see now, there's no code in this page. So if you have seen the basic HTML video, you would have learned the structure, but now we are gonna use a different structure. So at starting, we put in this, we had learned about the tags. So we type a exclamatory and type doc type, and then we type HTML. And also this is Notepad++ that we had installed in the HTML tutorial. So I'll place a link to that if you haven't installed it yet. So it goes like doc type HTML. Then we add the HTML tag. Then we add head. And in this we add a tag called meta. And this tag is a self-closing tag. So we don't need to type the closing tag. So we just type in char set. So this is like an attribute. I think we had learned about attribute in the basics video, and if you had not seen that, please check it out. And so for the new people, an attribute is like a thing that comes inside a tag that acts like extra parameters to the tag or makes it even more functionable like that. And so for this we are gonna set the char set to UTF-8. So this means like our page will use the characters only from the UTF-8 set. And one second. Yeah, that's it. And then we close the head tag. And then we add the body tag, and the body tag is basically it contains the content that we want to see on the page. So we close in the body tag after all our content, and then we close the HTML tag. So this is the basic structure of the page you need. We're gonna add more formatting to everything later, and we're gonna deal with more kinds of tags. So now let's go to the tags part. So now we're gonna talk about the basic tags, and one basic tip I need to give you in HTML is we need every time you want to like you make a change to your document, and if it has to be visible on this page, you need to save the document in your text editor and you need to refresh your browser. Only then if we make some changes it will be visible. To check it, now we have this, you can see. So I'm just gonna go to the bottom, and here inside the body tag I'm gonna type something like Neil. Yeah, and now if I don't save and I refresh, it doesn't show anything. And if I save it and if I don't refresh also, it doesn't show anything. But when I refresh, you can see this word shows up. And this is a very important tip. So then now let's get on to the basic tags. So first, this is a menu that we'll be making later. And this is a code that we need. But before that, let's adding a heading before everything. So the heading tag we may have learned is the H1 tag, and there are many sizes for it as well: H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. So I'm just gonna use H1. And so closing a tag is like this. We put in the arrow thing, the greater than symbol. Then we put the slash, and then we type the tag name, and then we put again this symbol, and then in middle of the two tags we can type whatever we want. So I'm just going to type in sports for our website. And now if we save and refresh, you can see all of this this heading is there, and actually I'm gonna place it above this thing. So I'm just gonna cut this, and then I'm gonna paste it here. So now if we save and refresh, it goes up, and this is still here. And now we're gonna set up this quote as there's a tag for quotes that says its name is block quote. As you can see, Notepad++ gives you recommendations if you have previously typed it. So that feature is very useful. You can type pretty fast. And now after the quote, we need to type in the closing tag. So then if we save this and we refresh the page, you can see it gets a bit of indentation, and yeah, basically that's it. And in the next part, we are gonna learn how to style our pages. So we are gonna change the style of all these things, and then there's a paragraph right here. This paragraph. So we are gonna make it as a paragraph by adding a p tag at the start. And tags, you can make it capital or non-capital. It's completely up to you. And then if we save this and refresh, you can see it's a separate block of text. And these are the basic tags, but since if you have seen the basic HTML video, you would have learned this. We're gonna teach something a bit more complex. So as you can see, it says here is a list of sports. So I'm gonna mark this out as like a H3 or something. Sorry for including it inside the paragraph. So I'm gonna make this into a H3. So it's like a heading, but the size is a bit smaller. So now if we save and refresh, as you can see, this is a heading, but it's a bit smaller. And one thing all heading sizes have is they're bolded. So now this if we see in this, we may get to know that we need to turn this into a list. So there are two separate kinds of lists. One is ordered list, that's with numbers, and unordered list, that's with bullet points. So for this, we are gonna make it with bullet points. So that means it's an unordered list. So we're gonna type in this side, then UL, that's the tag name. And after all our items, we type in the closing UL tag. And for each item in the list, at the start we type in LI, and at the ending we type in the closing tag for LI. And I'm just gonna copy paste it to the rest. So the starting tag is done. Never forget the closing tag. So if the tag is not closed, it won't function like how you want it to. It just won't count as an item. So now since we are done with this, we are just gonna refresh, and as you can see, it's there's some bullet points here, and the text comes up next to it. And in the next part, we're gonna learn how to style, so we can change these bullet points to images, etc. And then we have a sentence saying, to learn even more about sports, visit this site. So I'm just gonna make this sentence into a paragraph. I can do that pretty quick with the p tag, just like this. And I'm gonna close it after this. But one thing you may notice is, even though this is a link, we can't click on it yet because we need to set up a link tag, and that's pretty easy to do. So we need a bit of attributes for this. So I'm gonna type in A before the link name, and I'm gonna type in the closing tag after the link name. And here inside this starting tag, we need minimum of one attribute that's called href, and this says where the link should go to. In our case it's gonna be this, and this middle text between these two tags is what will be displayed for the link. So we are gonna make it as a URL this time. So we're just gonna copy this and we're gonna paste it in here. And whenever you need to use attributes, you need to put in double quotes and then paste it in. So then now we can save it and reload this, and you can see this has a default purple style. We can change the styles which will be shown in the next video. So if we click on it, it takes us to the Wikipedia sport page, and you can see this display text is currently the link. Because it's in middle of this, I can change it to something like click here maybe, and then if we save and refresh it comes like this, and then if we click it'll still take us there. And one important attribute that we can add is called the target attribute. So now since it's an external web page, it maybe would be nice if the link could open in a new tab. Yeah, we can drag and drop this and all, but yeah, we can also use the target attribute to make it easily go to a new page. So we should set up this, and inside the double quotes we need to type underscore blank, and then if we save and we refresh this, no visual change will be, but if we click on it, it goes to a new tab, so you can easily switch between the tabs. And that's it about basic links, and these menus we will deal with in the future videos. So that's it for this video. Bye.